17th of March, on my way to Odessa to deliver this Hilux that you purchased, Harley delivered, and all the tools that the Marines asked for that are a bit outpriced in Ukraine that I bought in Sweden. This video is about drone warfare. It's about everything that our channel does to support 25 Brigade in the one thing that remains constant: Rozvidka drones, reconnaissance drones, Mavic drones, Matrice drones. I lay 10,000 euros worth of components out on the table. It's our largest delivery yet, and I talk about what they are, what they do, why I choose to support them through you, and how I believe it's something that's actionable, it's attainable, and it's very effective. It's consistent. But the first of the video is about the why. Why do we do this? And we visit the cemetery in Lviv. And at the end, you can see a report from every drone, not every drone, but many. It gets monotonous. From 25 Brigade that they repair, they do a video report they send to me. I've never uploaded one yet, but I put 10 at the end of the video. Thank you for your support. I gotta get this truck there.
Greetings from Ukraine. On behalf of soldiers, students, and instructors of our training center, we express our gratitude to Brandon and his subscribers for providing us with those batteries and charging stations. With your help, we can provide our pilots with even more training hours to increase their skill. With your help, we'll be able to defend our country, defend our people, defend our freedom from unprecedented and unlawful Russian invasions. Thank you for helping in defending our country. Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
We want to express gratitude to Brandon and his subscribers for their generous gift. We really appreciate your support of military forces of Ukraine. With the help of these devices, we can continue to complete our tasks to defend our country against Russian invaders. Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!
Right. So, 5,000 euros and more Mavic components, 50,000 grivna for Tilda, and alright, so Henrik sent me 2,000 zloty in gift cards, so I was able to get these for the cost of 500 zloty. That's a pretty good deal. We need Starlink standard, not mini, generation 3. Makes Harashay Ruski. I'm here with my friends from 3rd Assault. Thank you for your support.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What do we say after this?
Slava Ukraine!
Героям слава!
Everybody's really tired right now, trying their best.
We appreciate your help, so thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much for your support.
I thank everybody who donated and who helped bring them to the front line. The EcoFlows are the power of the war right now, because a lot of electronics, a lot of technology, and they all work. This is our connection to the world. This is the precise and the exact when we shell, when we fight. So this is like really necessary stuff for us. It's not just toys, and it's really important, and we are really grateful for everyone who donated, who brought it here, who helped it become reality here in the Frontline. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, guys.
So I've been out loading 10 of the batteries, and I found a fucking packet of ranch sauce in the batteries. Is this normal? Do they come with ranch sauce now? Right, so we're in the relative safety of Cubask with Andre here, and we have delivered 30 Motorola batteries. 30 Motorola batteries for these radios. And fuck. There we go. For the Motorola stuff.
Виконуючи завдання на нулі, нам дуже потрібні запасні акумулятори, бо не скрізь з собою можна затягнути акумулятора та якогось генератора. А хлопці тут порятує життя. Дякую вам. Це британці. Блядь. Та похуй.
Good morning. It's a grey Sunday morning here in Kiev. And everything you just seen in the box is 10,000 euros of Mavic components. Go through the list real quick for any of you Mavic geeks. Circuit tester ×1. Mavic 3 Pro yaw motor 10. Pro pitch motor 5. Pro roll motor 5. More pitch motors 5. Suspension damper, big plastic one, 5. Okay, camera suspension damper with rubber bands ×5. Gimbal cable for DJI Mavic 3, 15. Front and rear beam brackets, 10. Mavic 3 compass cable, 3. 3T, that's a thermal drone camera cable, 10. Classic camera cable, okay, not thermal, daytime, 10. Pro camera cable, 10. Gimbal yaw motor 15. Escalation cable 3. Cooling fan 4. Shock absorbing ball 6. PTZ cable clamping plate 5. Gyroscope GPS board 3. GPS module 5. GPS board with gyroscope for Mavic 3 Pro 3. Power boards for 3s is 2. Mavic 3 4-in-1 rear sensor cable ×2. Mavic 3 arm with motor 5. We actually tacked on a lot more. There's over 20 arms, okay, for the arms. Now, 5,000 euros, 5,000 euros, and now 10,000 euros. The little box, okay? Essentially, you could repair 100,000 euros plus of components, Mavic drones. I've shown you before in previous drone videos how the drone repair stations work. There's very simple ones, like in 63 Brigade, for example, not seen on social media. There's more elaborate ones, 92 Brigade, 25 Brigade. You can get into Azov, IDAR, you can get into different drone volunteers. The reason I got into this, it's value for money. Your drones, 3,000 euros for a Mavic Pro, up to 5,000 for a Mavic 3 thermal. We call it Rozvidka, reconnaissance, recce. These drones watch everything. If you watch FPV videos, quite often you'll see two different cameras. The one that flies in, you see nothing. And then afterwards, you'll see the drone where you'll see nothing, a house, boom. That's your Mavic or your Matrice drone. Matrices are bigger. They cost about 10,000 euros. Primarily, they're used behind the line. They're used as a relay, line of sight. From your ground station up into the air, a straight line, who knows how many kilometers out, depending on your antenna system. This is something I've invested in. I've invested time. I have basic fundamental knowledge of what I'm buying and where it's used, and I want you to continue to support it. This is important to me. This is value for money. Sometimes, personally, I can be critical of certain efforts. I heard somebody recently in a video slam organizations. You need to give all the money to soldiers. Really? Really? So if a retail price of a tourniquet can be upwards of $40, but say Quartermaster for Ukraine, which I do not like to shill for, but I'm heavily involved with, if they can buy the tourniquet for $23, saving of $17 times 10,000 tourniquets, you could save yourself $170,000 by trusting an organization. Problem is, it's not as glamorous. You don't get it to pick to go to the actual soldier. That's how that works. Now, if you were part of an organization charging $20,000 to $30,000 for a car that could be purchased for 10,000 euros or under, how much would the REB system, the Radio Electrona Boraticia, the drone jammer, how much could that cost? Well, the best one would cost about $7,000, absolute best. So you get 17,000, say euros and dollars are the same. 4 tires, you're buying tires in bulk, I would assume, importing them from China. So you're not getting BF Goodrich, Coopers, whatever. You're getting good tires. They last a year. That's fine. So 2 sets of them, you're getting, so that's 1,000, 18,000. Repairs on the vehicle, 2,000, 20,000. You could get to $20,000, but you couldn't get to 30,000. And the night vision would likely not be a PSV 14 monocle, cheap as 2,500 euros. It would likely be a built-in night vision on the front with a camera, like a rear backing camera, which are very, very cheap in Ukraine. They're not preferable, but they're very cheap and scalable. So there would be a lot of profit in the car. Maybe yes, maybe no. But those organizations can scale. They can scale. Okay, so that's one thing I cannot do. That's one thing that a individual volunteer, which would have a greater fundamental knowledge in their scope, that a car convoy going to Kiev, to Maidan, saying Slava Ukraine, it's war tourism. It's very effective war tourism because it's scalable. So no, I will never slam that. I don't want to be involved with them because I don't need to, and I can do my things smaller, more value for money. I'll fight that tooth and nail. But no, car convoys, if you can raise $3 million on your YouTube, Jake, it's fantastic. I can never do that. I have yet to raise $3 million through the war. I will do a financial account. Svetlana finally broke down. That takes me time. I have all the Excel sheets from 4 of the biggest purchasers I've dealt with through the war and I continue to deal with. So I will do that soon. But it won't be in Ukraine. It'll be when I'm in Sweden. Mavic components, it's very hard for a foreign organization to do that because it doesn't have mass appeal. It requires education. Ukrainians can collect for this very well, but it's grivna. It doesn't add up like dollars, euros, and pounds. It does not. I just want to continue to do this. And I know with continued support, I can do 5,000 euros a month. Can I do 10,000? I do not know. The reason I am not focused on FPV components, because FPV warfare changes within a 90-day cycle or less. But this is something that's constant. This takes the prices. I cannot find better prices, nor can the Ukrainians anywhere. I deal with an EU defense contractor who has very goodwill towards me personally and supports the war. It's simply moving paper for them. It's not their bread and butter. They have the finance to cover it. They probably talk on about 5% just to cover fluctuations in exchange rates from the RMB to the euro. So these are things I know about. These are things that I can effectively do. I could not do a year ago, but I know I can do them now, and I know I can provide value for money for you. And more importantly to our guys, I want to continue this. I would like to talk a little bit about money. And I never ask for money now. If you give it next month or whatever, I'm very grateful. I'm more concerned about the continuity. My views are similar over the past year, despite taking it so easy in Sweden. I find that very derogatory in the comment section. Like Harley, for example. Notice who I don't shout anymore. But Harley does so much preparation at home to come here, and then he's in Ukraine. It's like fight night. It's like fight night, okay? Everybody focuses on those 12 championship rounds. Nobody talks about the 3 to 6 month camp that fighter came in to skill at. I have one massive donor who switched from the car convoys because he likes what I does. I'm not saying he doesn't support car convoys, but over $100,000 since late October. But it does not hide the fact that support has gone elsewhere or it's dropped off. I hope it's not dropped off the war effort. But could I humbly ask, do I provide proof of work? Do you know of any organization or person who provides the proof of work as I have? There's a lot of trust factor in it. Of course there is. But if my proof of work support was in proportion to that of, i.e. shit on the ground, then I would possibly be one of the best supported volunteers in Ukraine. Nor do I necessarily want that, but I need your help. I need your help. I want to continue to support the Marines. I'll make a new video about that with Sasha. I'm looking for a donor. I'm hoping from NAFO, because there's rich people in NAFO and it's very indirect and broad. It is. That somebody who would like to have an intimate relationship with him and definitely not know everything they know, maybe not even know everything I know that goes on with marine logistics, but you would know a lot more than we would ever put on the internet. They would need minimum $5,000 a month. You could have video chats with them, you could talk to them, you could develop a relationship that you felt comfortable and have an idea of some of the things I've supported, which I've yet to put on my social media. We need to wait till that becomes broad on Russian Telegram, and some of it's not pretty. But drone components, this is very, very important. It provides value for money. FPV, no NATO country, to my knowledge, organization, pro-Ukraine, NAFO government, has consistently provided FPVs that are in line with what we have now. They're all antiquated. This is why the VTX, the telemetry cable that provides the video, it's the most common component that needs to be changed on an FPV. So next video that I will put out with 25 Brigade, you will see how they do a diagnostic on a drone. Everything, how they check from the motors to all the functionality, just like a car diagnostic, okay, with your laptop. And they determine what needs to be switched out. And some of the organizations might even get named in the videos, and not that they're doing bad things, but the time frame. One of my favorite YouTubers is trying to get into drone warfare to help support directly. And they came to me with a finished product. And I know he's going to do fantastic. But it's like, why didn't you just come to us first? I could have given you the people and they would tell you what to do. Preferably, you would just give them money. Yeah, just give them the money. But I understand how business models and fundraising platforms, it's like, if you cut yourself out, you cut it. I know. But it's very, very complicated. It moves very, very fast. And if you find Ukrainians you trust, not me, but if you feel you can trust them, maybe you can, maybe you can't. I've found people that I found after time I couldn't trust. I have made mistakes, I'm human. But if you can't keep up with that pace, just pick somebody in your heart, okay? But make sure they show you proof of work, okay? This is my biggest stipulation, if my opinion was worth anything to anyone. Basically, I'm asking you for more support. not today, not tomorrow, but next week, next month. If you've supported me before and you say, oh, Brandon's doing so well, I'm going to give to someone else. But maybe you got from other people's platforms, you've seen them on mine. I don't know anybody who actively promotes other people, certainly consistently. And I pick people that I have observed their character and their work ethic. But I also need help to achieve these goals. I've committed to buy 100 more charging stations, EcoFlows, over the next 3 months. I have 53 in the car right now, so that might not sound like a lot over 3 months, but to also free up, to see what way the money goes, to go more into drone components, possibly back into generators, because we cannot rely on the Americans anymore. I do believe the power grid is going to consistently get worse and worse and worse. Got to power the EcoFlow somehow, so you have to power it with diesel, 2 hours charge time, then to go silent, low heat signature with your EcoFlows to bring them forward and back. It's very monotonous. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have to go pick up now Joseph's truck, Black Joseph. Okay, he's my only Joseph. And I've got to get ready to bring that to him and to bring the power tools to the Marines, to do another video with the Marines, to specify what they need, how you can support. And then I carry on and do my work in Donbass, 25 Brigade and on to Sumy. It's a bit of a shit show right now. Thank you. I gotta get to work. No, one go. I just don't have the time. I have to go. Please stop sending me reels on Instagram. It's so low energy and beta. I ain't got time for that now. I gotta repeat the cycle and get the work done. Thank you for your support. If you've dropped off and you consider supporting me again, I'd be extremely grateful, because I have a lot of work to do. I always do, but I'm a lot more healthy and focused now. I'm in a better place for what that's worth. Okay.
Абсолютно професійно зробила наш з вами герб, наш один з національних оберегів. Я дуже втішена, що Наталя перемогла в цій лотерейці, бо я не знаю зборів наших близьких людей, до яких вона не долучається. Дякую тобі.
На свою бібліотеку з хлопцями. Дякую тобі.
Okay. Very much. I'm actually...
А можна мені зелений покласти? Зелений, потім той, що ти покажеш.
Можна пробувати з цими дівчатами? О, вау!
Вау.
Який колір? От колір, скалес.
Я не знаю.
Давай синій зробимо. Синьо-жовтий.
Зелений, не зелений.
Синьо-жовтий.
Червоний?
Червоний? Народжується писанка. Оце народжується писанка. Писанка Бон, із Бон.
Бон. Що це Бон?
Це госпітальєр, це з
Так.
Є роби замальовуй і зробиш зелений. Потім пробуємо зелений зробити. Так, хто там нас далі?
Chill. Один, два, три, чотири. No? You're a spy.
Я вас запрошую.
Українською. Я не знаю.
На цьому дроні було проведено ремонт корпусу та променів приклейка з армуванням, заміна 2 двигунів рол та піч камери, наданих волонтерами. Велика подяка Брендану Мітчелу. І також була заміна суглоба променя, взятого з донора. Тепер дрон буде виконувати бойові завдання на Покровському напрямі.
В даному дроні було відремонтовано корпус, проклейка з армуванням. Також був замінений кронштейн камери, наданий волонтерами. Велика подяка Брендону Мітчеллу. І також були відремонтовані промені. Тепер дрон буде виконувати бойові завдання на Покровському напрямі. В даному дроні було замінено двигун камери, наданий волонтерами. Велика подяка Брендону Мітчеллу. Також було відремонтовано шарнірні механізми задніх променів. Тепер дрон буде виконувати бойові завдання на Покровському напрямі.
На даному дроні було проведено заміну підвісу і шлейфа камери. За надані деталі висловлюємо подяку Брендону Мітчеллу. В даному дроні була проведена заміна лівого заднього променя, заміна шлейфа та підвіса камери. За надані деталі дякуємо Брендону Мітчеллу. В даному дроні була здійснена заміна піч мотору. За надані деталі дякуємо Брендону Мітчеллу. На даному дроні була здійснена заміна шлейфа та підвіса камери, ремонт 3 променів, заміна 1 променя, заміна шлейфа та віжена, ремонт корпуса. За надані деталі дякуємо Брендону Мітчеллу. В даному дроні була проведена заміна демпферу та яв мотору. За надані деталі висловлюємо подяку Брендону Мітчеллу.
В даному дроні була заміна піч двигуна та підвісу камери, наданим волонтерами. Велика подяка Брендону Мітчеллу за допомогу. Тепер дрон буде виконувати бойові завдання на Покровському напряму. В даному дроні була заміна шлейфа камери та заміна підвісу, наданого волонтерами. Велика подяка Брендону Мітчеллу за допомогу нам. Тепер дрон буде виконувати бойові завдання на Покровському напрямі. В цьому дроні була заміна кулера радіатору охолодження, наданого волонтерами, а особисто Брендоном Мітчеллом. Велика йому подяка. Також була заміна променя та відремонтований задній промінь. Проклейка з армуванням. І тепер дрон буде виконувати бойові завдання на Покровському напрямі.